to you. It's 3 a.m. here in the New York City tri-state. As many of y'all know before, and it's ironic. I was up here not too long ago when Biden, 4 years ago when Biden won the constituency, and now here I am again as Trump is about to take the office. And I'm not at a quandary. Y'all give me 1 second real quick. I'm gonna bring it down to tune with us. So give me 1 second if you just guys are just tuning in. We live here at Trump Tower. We live here at Trump Tower, New York City. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Huggy. This what the movement about, right? Bring truth to power. Huh? Yeah, this what the movement about, right? Bring truth to power. Huh? That's what they say in the charter. Yeah, let's get it out to everybody. So shout out to everybody that's out here at 3 o'clock in the morning. What's going on? You outside morning, Dab. What's going on, Gilly and Tate? Yo, I had to bring y'all a show, man. Like, you understand? I came down here to handle some other business with music and everything like that. It just took me on. And I said, yo, you know what I'm saying? Javal, what's going on? Thank you, fam. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all making sure. Because somebody said in my chat room earlier, it was like, yo, can you take us to New York? So I said, all right, I'm going to take it to the top, baby. I'm going to take it to the top. So I came up here to Trump Tower as I've been up here for the past 5 years. I was here to enter the constituency with Trump, and I was here during the Biden bid, and he got elected, unfortunately. And if you guys remember that live I did up here that day, I said, don't vote for this guy. And he won, you know. And so, unfortunately enough, Biden won. We had to go through that 4 years of being woke. What a terror that was, right? In my personal opinion. And now here we are. We're about to embark on a new decade, a new next 4 years. And in my personal opinion, will extend to the next 8 years. You know what I'm saying? Depending on whatever candidate he chooses to endorse. I got my feeling who I know he's going to endorse, but I'm not going to say that right now. So right now today, I'm coming in a different capacity because what I want to say is before you take the market on the 20th, before you come up here and knock on the door, and I said he was going to win. I was here on election day right across the street, and you guys didn't remember me reporting. I said, I told y'all he was going to win. I told y'all he was going to win. So, you know what I'm saying? On the 20th, he will be back in office. You understand what I'm saying? And we will see what happens. You didn't even see Diddy in the title, so why are you in here talking about stuff like that? Like, that's crazy. Yo, the haters be deep, don't they? Y'all make sure y'all gather in. So, Trump, I want to offer a couple suggestions. And these don't have to be suggestions particularly of a race base. They don't have to particularly be of a gender base, but of a uniquely lateral sense of American citizens. Let me say that. So the first thing I would say is this. Whatever contingency plans you had on as far as immigration is concerned, I would tell you to fulfill those. I would tell you to fulfill those as quickly as possible because we have to start eliminating, and I've come up here in front of Trump Tower and I've said this before, we say to start eliminating who's here to work and who's here to cause crime, you know? And as a person that lives in the New York City tri-state, now here I live out in Connecticut, but I don't live too far out in Connecticut that what happens in the politics of New York don't affect me as well. And so what I'll say is this. I would hope once you come into office, one of the things you do is get tip-top into this immigration thing. That's the first thing. I think, and to be quite honest, to extend it even further, I think universally, internationally, it needs to be addressed. I point out many times when I tell people, I said, if you take a look at what was going on in front of the Eiffel Tower, where you had African immigrants sleeping in front of the Eiffel Tower, prior to the Olympics being there or whatever, they kind of cleaned up that section over there, but that's what was going on. And so, you know, that's one of the things we have to get on top of is this immigration problem or whatever. Some of the immigrants that are coming to this country, whatever country they be from, I have to point out and I have to endorse this. Out of all the immigrants I've seen to come to this country, the ones that I see that don't cause a problem whatsoever seemingly happen to be the Ukrainians. And I'm gonna hold that in high regard because I'll tell you why I say that. The Ukrainians that we have a high propensity of them out in my section of Connecticut, and these people they come in and they start working with companies, in particularly a local grocery store with us, and they've got many of people that are from the Ukraine. And they're great people. I've gained like two of them live in my neighborhood, and one lives in my building with his wife, and they're great people. They don't. I've never heard a story of them robbing someone. I've never heard a story of them taking advantage of someone or whatever. However, I've heard some marriage schemes and things like that or whatever. And that's for INS to investigate and deal with. You know what I mean? However, they deal with that. But outside of that, I've never heard anything from the Ukrainian community that, in me personally, I took as negative. The same thing I'll say about the Bengali community, which we have a high prosperity of them in Connecticut, and so on and so forth. My complex issue is this. I think with the thing with the immigration process, and I've talked about this, and I've been at the Row Hotel. I've been at, I forgot what the other one was over there. I even went to the protest they had up in the 50s over here when they were over at one of the other hotels. And all these hotels were luxury hotels at one time, if you guys do or don't believe me. They were luxury hotels, and what they did was, once the pandemic started, a lot of these hotels, nobody was coming here to New York. Keep trying to tell you, New York was one of the hardest hit, you know? It was one of the hardest hit in the tri-state, outside of Connecticut and the end of Connecticut I was in. If you were out farther, hold on one second, guys, let me let this truck up through. If you were out further in Connecticut, it would have been a little bit different for you. But those who are in Fairfield County, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Who you say? I lost Fatma. That's what's up. Now, who said David don't be outside? Thank you, Javad. I appreciate that. Star for Dolphin got a point. Hi, Roman VPR. That's what's up. What's going on, man? Am I immigrant? I'm half an immigrant. My father's an immigrant, so that's why I can speak on it. There's a process when you go through immigration, INS, Immigration Naturalization Services. And there's processes to vet you and to see if in your country of origin, if you're a criminal or whatever. Since we had such a high influx of immigrants here, especially in New York, I will include Texas in that. I will include, of course, Chicago. I would say Texas is the genesis of sending all these different people here. Y'all have to realize Texas and Governor, I forgot what his name is down there, but he was sending people here to New York, and these people were in T-shirts and shorts and things like that, because down in Texas it was like 70 degrees, and they didn't realize here in New York it was freezing cold. And some of these people, they sat out in front of hotels, they slept out in the street or whatever, and they were lucky because it was summertime for some of them, but some of them they fell into the wintertime. So when I say the problem is, it's not the problem just of the criminality when it comes to this immigrant population, but it's inclusiveness of responsibility. A lot of people invited these people here that were part of these organizations and everything like that, and that's why I try to tell y'all sometimes. You have to watch these advocacies, because these advocacies sometimes, and most of the time, they'll have a contingency plan if things go awry. So you get a lot of these the advocacies that are out there, and they say, hey, well, I feel like this, or I feel like that, or blah, 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 blah. I feel. That's the key words here. I feel like. I keep telling you all the time. If you see somebody and they're in a conversation with you and they say, well, I feel like, in that conversation right then and there. Those are some poisonous words nowadays. I feel like. I feel like. And y'all know what I'm talking about. If you've been on numerous different podcasts or whatever, including myself, y'all guys gather in here. I know it's a weird time I'm going live, but I'm up here at Trump Tower. I had to come up here. I had to talk to Big Capo, Big Queens. You know what I'm saying? I've been up here for 5 years in a row. I came up here when Biden was on the verge of getting elected on election day. I came up here just recently when Trump was elected. You understand what I'm saying? So I got to hold it down for Queens. Queens, what's up? I'm out in front of the building, baby. You understand? Shout out to Queens. A lot of people don't know. Trump is from here in New York. He's a New Yorker. You understand? Trump's a New Yorker. He's from right here in the town, and I wish he would make his presence more so. Trump, I'm gonna tell you real quick. Listen to me. 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 Big Jamaica Estates. Listen, Big Jamaica Estates. I'm trying to tell you. Make sure you make your presence known in the New York streets here when you come back out. I think one of the big key things for Trump to do is when he has inaugurated here on the 20th, I think you need to be out here in the streets. New York needs you. They need some inspiration again. And being the maverick that you are, and being a black American man, make sure that you got your vote in. Even though we had so many of our sisters talking about, no, vote Democratic. Get Biden back in. You know, he was a former Dixiecrat supporter. That's what he was. I know, y'all hate when I get a little sarcastic. What y'all saying in here? Trump is not listening to you. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Let's say goodbye to him. Many threats on his life. You know, there was a recent attempt on Trump's life not too long ago, about maybe a week and a half ago. A lot of people, the secular media didn't put out there. But if you want to put it in conclusion in linear fashion, he's had 3 attempts on his life. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I got to say, you know, you got to respect it. This is a true American, like maybe one of the last American icons. You know, this guy survived 34 counts that were unjustifiably. I was down at the courthouse. I covered this case. As many of y'all know, I'm always with major media, whether it be CNN, whether it be Fox Media, whether it be People Magazine. Shout out to People Magazine. Good for you doing your diligence. But I'm always in there. I've covered the Majors trial. I covered all 2 weeks of it. I've covered the Trump trial, both arraignments. Stormy Daniels and his other indictments that he got subsequently after. I've covered all 4 of Puffy's indictments. You know what I mean? And attempts at bail. So, you know, I've been there. And right here in Trump Tower, there was a particular black gentleman that was part of NSA. He was out of D.C., and I want to give a shout to that man. I met him not too far away from here over at, who was it there? Starbucks. And that same Starbucks is still there. And that gentleman, having that conversation with him, which was a friendly conversation, led to me coming over here and doing my lives what I do. I played a part of neutrality as far as when it comes to certain politics, but at the same time, it's sometimes, you know, it's just good damn presidency. You know what I mean? Second thing I would say to Trump is this. I think nationality needs to become another topic again. I don't mean nationality in the form of racism. I don't mean nationality in the form of secularism. I mean nationality in the form of one thing, which is this. We have to start being prideful as Americans again. You know, we depend on a lot of different countries for our input and everything like that. Socially and psychologically, some of the things that we endured within the woke generation, which is going to come conclusively to an end here very soon, we put in prosperity that somehow or another these woke tenements that a lot of people are adapted and put into focus, and many of these adapted woke ideologies really seemingly come to be from a period and a point of view of someone that's selfish, someone that's narcissist or narcissistic individual. And these things are dangerous. When we have people out here in these situations that probably put themselves on being a victim all the time, the woke generation and the liberalism, and I come from one of the most liberal states there is, Connecticut. Home with Joseph Lieberman and Mr. Buchanan. But, we know a little thing or two out in Connecticut about libertarianism. And R.I.P. Joseph Lieberman. And I hope that those things, our state senator Blumenthal, is one of the key points of a lot of this app thing that's going on or whatever. And we have to fall out and find out what's going on. Trump, this is what I would say about the whole thing about TikTok. I think TikTok is a danger. I think that they're pointing everybody over to this other app that's also a Chinese-owned app. I think that's a danger. And I think that we need to go ahead and conclude and get them out of here. If you give them a point of stay, and this is somebody that's been blogging here for the past 5 years here on YouTube, I would say when you give TikTok the advantage, what it does is it endorses a type of energy across the board internationally that says to other companies outside of ByteDance, who owns TikTok, you say to a lot of other different individuals, like I'll give you an example. A lot of people will make fun of Temu. Temu was $1 billion company now. You know, Temu was $1 billion company. They plan on have distribution sites here in New York City. You know, so, you know, you can't cancel out these foreign entities for what they are and what they were becoming or whatever. With a company like TikTok, being that a lot of individuals are dependent on TikTok for their marketing, for their ad revenue that they have coming in, for their sell revenue on commission that they have on products that they sell on there, I can understand that while a lot of them are biting the thumb. But I think we need to say goodbye to TikTok. I think we do. I think we will be more in order to front and push avenues that we had with Trump. And I forgot what his website is called, or his app is called. Truth Social, I believe that's what it is. I think we would stand more in the matter of promoting avenues like that outside of promoting TikTok. Let's give them some incentive. One of the things that I have a problem with is with Biden. When he first came into his constituency, he had a problem with now trying to tax people that were making money off of apps via social media, apps such as Facebook, apps such as YouTube, which I'm on them predominantly at, and that caused a friction. Now $600 in, you have to report your earnings with a W-4, you know, and a lot of people had a problem with that. I think that should be reversed. I think a good notion was to take with the veterans and people that had pensions who was just finally signed, which we were sitting on a muddle trying to find out or not if Biden was going to actually sign this bill. So I think that was a good notion. Something else I will move forward to, I would say about the racial tensions in this country. We have to start pointing out, and one of the things that Trump did in his constituencies, he pointed out some of these hate groups. You know, a lot of people don't give him contingency, a lot of people don't give him pride for that, but I have to. He pointed out a lot of these groups that were hate groups, and I don't know how many that were on there, but some of these groups of people that were associated with these groups and the tenements of these groups and a form of thinking and ideology went on to commit some of the most biggest atrocities you could think of. What's up? What's going on? He said Vladimir. Hey, what's going on, man? Rumble as hell. What's going on? There's balance to be met with both systems. There very much is. Everyone has a right to voice their opinions, but when it becomes a tool for marketing all the wrong things, I agree with that. I wholly, entirely agree with that. Now, I'd rather be in debt than be on the waiting list. Well, my friend, if you're on debt, you obviously don't know how debt works. I was someone that went to college, and I can tell you how debt works. I made sure that I made it a prism and paramount to pay off my college debt even before it was made clear. And I'm gonna tell you why. What happens is you get two things when you get in debt. You get what you owe, and then you get an interest. The interest doesn't go towards paying towards the principal. The principal is what you actually owe, which is if you owe $17,000 on the car, okay, or whatever. The APR, the interest rate, goes up maybe every 3 or 4 years because of the pure simple fact you've been stalling out on paying these payments. So say you're 3 months behind, 4 months behind on the car payment, right? Just pay attention to it. So now, what you're paying towards, and you don't even realize it, is you're paying towards the interest. You're not paying towards the principal, and there's a big difference there. If you're paying towards the principal, that means you're paying towards what you originally agreed to. If you're paying towards the tax and everything like that and the interest, that's a whole different thing. So the interest there might be $80 a month. You understand what I'm saying? Put that forward towards 12 months. Now you got a problem if you ain't paid it. See, that's what a lot of people leave out of the conversation there when they talk about debt. So when I say debt, debt can hold you liable for a whole bunch of things. Debt can hold you down. Debt can stop you and be stagnant in your growth. Debt can be a whole bunch of things. I pointed this out before when I left from New York and went back home to Connecticut. They had invoked a system that was more strenuous as far as credit was concerned. And being the fact that I wasn't never the individual that had side babies, being the fact I wasn't the individual that had cars I couldn't afford, etc., etc., I lead past that. And I always kept paramount when my father had told me was always make sure you take care of your credit. My father had owned a construction business, and he had to lease things, and whether it be tractor, whatever the case may be, or whatever. A lot of the times when he leased these, y'all excuse me, I'm putting on my gloves. When he leased these vehicles, or he leased these machines that he had to use to get the job done or whatever, one thing we had to keep in mind was, as you lease them, they do it for the week. They don't do it about a day, they do it about a week. And so most of the time, and so when you're renting it or whatever the case may be, and say now you're falling into the weekend, you might end up owing an extra $100. You know what I'm saying? Well, that extra $100 can go for like another 6 or 7 months, depending on how repetitively you need that machine. You see? What y'all talking about here? Now, I'd rather be in debt, danks, vapor. That's what's up. That's what's up. Guys, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, support the channel or whatever. Y'all supporting everybody in Canada. Yo, Trump, you gotta realize this, man. We got a lot of people on the market online that's supporting foreign entities. So I done caught somebody supporting people over in Canada. I done caught people supporting people over in New Zealand. I done caught people supporting people over in Australia because they had grabbed onto our current talk that we're having here in America. I saw this with Trump. I saw this with Diddy. I saw this with Jonathan Majors. I saw this with many of other different people. We have to put a halt on that too, somehow or another. I think there needs to be some regulation online. You know, in China, in Egypt, in a couple other countries, they actually will shut off the internet for like a year or two. This is the truth. They'll shut off the internet, or they'll make it so you need a VPN to go to certain websites. I think that may need to be implemented here. We're so embraced with technology. We're so embraced with social media apps and being able to say what we want to say that, you know, it might need some type of curling as far as the younger generations are concerned. I'm a huge Trump fan, but I'm Canadian. He's confusing me, but I'm Danielle Smith in Alberta, Canada. Yeah, you're in Indian country. I got you. She's not in French. Well, there's some French over there in Alberta too, but not like that in Montreal. Well, what's wrong to begin with? Do you citizens of the country in the West should owe our government anything? They need us. I don't know what country you're from, but tell me what country you're from, and I'd love to comment. Do you think Trump will pardon Diddy? Whoa, that's a hard question right there. I don't know. You know, we've seen a lot of surprises. I'll say it like this. Hunter Biden, which if you're on my other social media site, you saw that I put up the videos for that as much as I could without being vulgar. Hunter Biden had a hell of a rap sheet there. Hunter Biden is it's in one particular video that I showed, and it's similar to Diddy. And he's in a hotel room, and he's running around the hotel room, or the hotel lobby, rather, on his floor. And he's chasing after one prostitute. Now, at the very least, we can say Cassie was a superstar. She wasn't a prostitute, you know. At least, I want to reiterate this, at least we can say, but in the same situation with Diddy with a towel around him, and in this situation, Hunter Biden was out there butt naked, bucket naked. He was fucking naked in the hallway, and he was chasing down a prostitute. There's also some other pictures of Hunter Biden that I put up that were kind of scantily. And in these pictures in particular, Hunter Biden, it appears to be with some young girls. I'm going to say young-ish, good-looking girls. All right? So do I think based off that, based off Trump getting 34 convictions eluded, I would say this. It would make sense to me if it's in a constituency or in the second half of the constituency if he did so, or if he blocked the whole total view of the trial even taking place and moving forward. Only thing I ask is the vloggers that are over here, the anti-Diddy, would you please keep vlogging? What are your thoughts on the Israel-Palestine conflict, Davin? I have no real comment on that. And I'm going to tell you why I don't have a comment on that. I dated a girl from Israel. Her name was Adi David. She was from Holla, Israel. She lived with me, etc., etc., etc. You have a population of Eritreans. You have a population of Ethiopians that have lived actually in there. How you doing, officer? That have lived actually in there in Israel for a very long time. Some of these people have been persecuted. Some of these people have been beaten. It's on camera, you can see it, by the Israeli government. My particular ex that I was with, Adi, she was half Turkish and half Israeli. And she even considered herself having some oppressions put upon her. And so I took that into consideration, and being that she was with me for about like 9.5 months, almost a year, living in my home, I found out a lot of things that go on in that government that actually she didn't believe in. And one of the things I found out at that time was there was an Ethiopian and Eritrean population right there in Israel, which I never knew of. I literally never knew of it. And it shocked me the way they were being treated. And I endure and implore all you guys to make sure you go and check out this is the problems that they had over there in the past, I say 7 years. I say 7 years, especially the past 7 years. It's been horrible for the Eritrean, the Sudanese, and the Ethiopian populations that are there. And they've gone through all kinds of scrutiny. They've gone through all kinds of secondary oppression. That means oppression on top of oppression. That means there's already oppression there. And now you've got a secondary population coming in and inflicting their own, if you want to say, oppression or brand of oppression. And so I feel sorry for them. As far as the Israeli and Palestinian conflict, you know, if you go back historically wise, what is now considered the Gaza Strip at one time was considered, and all that land was considered Palestine. I have to say that. And that is just historically. That's not picking a side. That's not saying one is better than the other. But historically, that land was all of Palestine until somebody came in and took claim. And that's why I have to mutter the line when I have this conversation. Do I believe that? I would hope they would come. The rumors are they come to a ceasefire. They agreed to a ceasefire. I hope so. I hope so. I hope that, what I've heard of the rumors with Ukraine and Russia coming to a ceasefire. I hope so too. They've lost a lot of people. There's been a lot of casualties. Within that. And so I would hope that would be the case. And that's all I got to say about that. I can't say too much about that because when you talk about stuff like that on here, it gets some facts. Hey, what's going on, Emily? Pharrell. I like that one right there. You guys is calling me Pharrell. I like that one. Shout out to Pharrell. You know what I mean? Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to light a cigarette in my hardest. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. I know this is going to be a light one because I don't have Diddy in the title. I have Jay-Z in the title. But this is just something that I've done for the past 5 years coming up here to Trump Tower. I used to live in this area. As many people remember when I first started doing lives up here, I lived in this area for a very long time. And so what led me here, and literally on this corner right here where I'm standing and not far from here, AOC, Alexandria Cortez, she actually had, at the time, I think it was some type of protest about Puerto Rico. And that's when I first came over and I started getting into filming these different situations that would happen politically. And it led me to many other things, from the Jonathan Majors trial, the Trump trial, and everything else, or whatever. And I've been involved in a whole bunch of other things since then. I have a lot of friends that are in major media. They accept me for who I am. You know, I'm rough around the edges, you know. And that's how Trump is, and I feel like you gotta be that type of person to actually inflict some type of change in America nowadays. I really believe that. So, moving on, I wanted to say a couple other things that I think Trump needs to put hindsight into coming into constituency. I think that you need to take a pivot on definitely getting jobs back that makes sense. I think that there needs to be more of an investigation on this company that was literally, there was a company, let me put y'all on to something. There was a company here in America that was literally all these different, I guess you say developers. You know, I have an LLC myself for development, but so I study a lot of stuff that has to do with development and developers specifically, and specifically multiply populated areas, as such as New York, Miami, Texas, California, etc. Who wants to live in California anymore? Huh? Anyway, what I found was, and what I found there's a suit against, and right now Congress is contemplating on bringing these people in front of Congress. There was this particular app that was used, and this app was basically set and forth to give you a type of trajectory or what you could charge for rent. This is very true. Now, you don't have to believe me or whatever, but I implore you to look this up for yourself. And so finally, they got caught of it. And what this company was doing, it was giving a future rate of rents, and it was telling you ubiquitously and linearly that all these different realtors should be charging this amount of money for rent. Now, I'm going to point out Connecticut. I can point out New York, and I can point out Jersey as well. But I'm going to point out Connecticut. In Connecticut, at one time, especially if you live further out in the state like I did, I lived out of Shoreline. So if you live further out in the state, you could probably get an apartment for $600, $700 to be a one-bedroom or a two-bedroom. Anybody from NL, anybody from Groton, anybody from Niantic, y'all know what I'm talking about. So you could be living on the beach, very quaint, for about $700, $800 a month. Now, those same places are going to cost you now about $1,200, $1,400 a month. And this is coming out of the pandemic. Now, what happened was, I believe a lot of the money that was circumnavigated, that was meant for, I believe, and this is my personal opinion, I think we should have had another round of checks to go out to help people. I saw recently where there was a set thing that was put in place to have some checks come out or whatever in the bill for people that got pensions. I think some of those surplus checks need to be needed again, especially the fact, as some of my viewers was pointing out, we're giving money to this country, we're giving money to that country, we're giving this money to this country. We've got to set up some of the Americans too. This is why you're seeing a lot of people. I can walk on many streets on this block right here, and you'll see homeless people, homeless Americans. And it breaks my damn heart. When I go home tonight and I go through my local train station, we got homeless people there too. Now, 5 years ago when I was up here, I remember I did a live, and I said what's going to happen is the homeless people are going to get a little bit more living, and it happened. You know, we have the police commissioner in New York City. She's a woman, and the police commissioner herself is on camera saying, I wouldn't let my kids ride on the subway. I wouldn't let my kids ride on the subway. And that's very, 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 very odd to me. You know, we have the police commissioner that's a woman, and she has two sons, and she says, I wouldn't let my kids ride on the subway. I'll even go further. The prosecutor, Alvin Braggs, that we have here in New York City here, his assistant got assaulted by a homeless man. I can't make this up. I'll be around these guys. I'll be around, y'all guys that see me on camera, I'll be around 30, 40 cops when I'm covering these stories. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with them or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. And a lot of times, a lot of them agree with me. That's the funny thing. A lot of them agree with me. Shout out to all the boys down there, down there in the center. You understand what I'm saying? Down there in the center. I'll put it that way. You know what I mean? Real. Lots of homeless here in LA. It's sad everybody drugged out. Yeah, I know that my sister lives in California. She lives right outside of Oakland, so I'm very aware of what's going on in California. I've been one of the bigger proponents, and I hope a lot of other urban bloggers do the same thing, particularly pointing out Altadena and Pasadena, California, and the wildfires that they had out there. Make sure if you see any type of a campaign to get people's homes back or rebuild or whatever, make sure y'all donate to that. Fuck donating to me. Donate to that. Hit the wax pen. Yo, come on, son. We talking real talk, but we ain't talking about like that little kid stuff you talk about. Most of those just self-medicating from traumas of homelessness. That's actually not true. Let me tell you this about a lot of these homeless people that are here. A lot of homeless people that are here in New York City tri-state are actually veterans. Believe it or not, a lot of them are veterans. A lot of them haven't been to the VA in a long time. A lot of these guys, and how do I know this? Because during the pandemic, I went through a situation where I was in a bit of destitute. I actually covered it on here. I wasn't afraid of it because I come from the music industry. I worked in the music industry for over 17 years. I worked with distributors that worked with Arista, Interscope Records, and BMG, where I started at Bertelsmann Music Group. So the propriety of my life, I lived basically partying for 17 years. You know, I've stayed everywhere. I've stayed at the W. I've been to every resort you could think of, the Clevelander, everything else. You know, in Miami, shout out to Miami, which is like a second home to me. So I've done it, you know. I might have not been a multi-millionaire, but I lived like a multi-millionaire. And I did everything that the multi-millionaires did. So I know the difference between that, which a lot of that is inclusive of illusion, versus real life, you know. And that's what I try to point out to you guys all the time. We're living in a day and a time right now where a lot of people are not transparent. A lot of people are deceptive, especially here on YouTube, and they're not bringing you real stories. Here with the homeless rate that we have here in New York City, what we're faced with is a lot of people in New York City tri-state, I would say, Jersey and Jersey and Connecticut included. We're inclusive with a lot of people that have mental problems. And this is like a byproduct of the pandemic, and I keep bringing this up. I think there was a lot of services that were there for homeless people and things like that of that nature here in New York City, also in Jersey, also in Connecticut. And a lot of those things got shut down for about a year and a half or 2 years. You know, these were step-in places where people could go in and they walk in, they take a shower. They could walk in and take their pill. They were medicated and, you know, ordained to take. And all that came to a conclusion when the pandemic started here in New York City. And a lot of these people became what you would call subterranean, I guess. And they started going in the subways. I would go in the subways. I mean, even to this day, you can go on a train and there's about 30 to 40 people between 5 or 6 train cars that are sitting there sleeping. And it's sad. It's sad because, like I said, inclusive of all this, we have military people from multiple branches. As many of y'all know, and I've always pointed out, my family's military, heavily military. I grew up with it. I grew up around the Shriners. So, you know, that's what it is for me. Shout out to Lions Club. These are people, you know, that were inclusive of the people I grew up with. And so, you know, I see some of those people that are one-time part of that, ex-military or whatever the case may be. And there's different things that could point out to it. You know, a lot of people, they'll look at these people, they'll be like, oh, he ain't nothing. But that guy was a corporal in the Marines. You know, that guy was first captain, or he was an E4 in the Navy, you know. And so we'll deduce these people so very quickly or whatever, we don't actually sit down and have a conversation with them and find out who they are. So to anybody that's out there in the streets, you're military or ex-military, whatever, I say thank you for your service, sir, and we appreciate y'all. And it's a goddamn shame that we spent the past 4 years under Biden ignoring y'all. But hopefully that'll get taken care of. What y'all saying here in the chat? Gillian Tate said facts. Hi from Turkey. Shout out to Turkey. What's going on? Mental health is bad right now everywhere. Yeah, I mean, like if you point out, like I said, my sister lives out there in California, and I'm upset because there's a lot of things that happen in California, transcending in California, and these wildfires that are now estimated, I think, like something like $55 billion or whatever. It's going to take them years to rebuild that, what's going on out there, especially at Altadena and Pasadena. Give me 1 second, guys. I got an ambulance passing by me if you guys can hear in the background. So that's why I tell y'all, you guys, if you see anything, especially from Altadena, Pasadena, make sure you donate to it. Get them back. It's a lot of black folks out there. Altadena and Pasadena historically are known for black people and Latinos being some of the first homeowners out there. And I'm talking about Latinos that are first from Mexico. Like, you know, they came from Mexico in the 1930s, 1940s. And they've owned homes in Altadena. They've owned homes in Pasadena for years, black and Latin folks. And I think that if you ignore them and say, oh, well, they don't need any help, and that's why I called out the FBA the other day, because they call themselves an organization or imprint or whatever you want to call them. And they're not out there. The only people I see out there is the Urban League. And it's made up, comprised of Latin preachers and black preachers, you know. So I need the rappers out there, I need the actors out there, especially the ones that live in California, to get out there and give a couple dollars. Just like I'll be on here giving a couple dollars to all these YouTubers, giving all these conspiracy theories and everything else. So I'm always going to promote that, you know. I don't know what you said. I don't understand that language, my friend, so I'm sorry. Where are you at? We are at Trump Tower. That's where we at, my friend. Real talk. Mental health is an all-time high. That is very true. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to see what else the rest of you guys are saying. Thank you for the like, show. I appreciate it. You know, I try to give y'all a show and give y'all something that's real. That's why I cover these cases and everything else or whatever. And I don't try to make money off of taking advantage of people. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my thing. Yeah, we up here live at Trump Tower, whatever. What is something else I would say to Trump before he takes office on the 20th? We got to get a hold on what is called minimum wage nowadays. People, I think it's something like 60% of their income is going towards rent or mortgages. So definitely we need to get a grip on that. You know, there's a lot of luxury high-rise apartments that have been thrown up all across the tri-state, and a lot of these places you only see the facade of them, meaning that you only see like half of the building is done. You know what I mean? And half of the building has been sitting there for the past 6 years, even prior to the pandemic. You see this in Brooklyn, you see this in the Bronx or whatever. So we need to get some of these developments. If we're getting them up and erected, we need to be concluded. And I say that not being cocky, but I say that as somebody that has an LLC for development. It's, you know, the problems that the cure here in the New York City tri-state are quick. I think they come from a deplorable background of a lot of constituencies in government and different facilities, whether they be people that work for zoning, whether they be people that work for the governor's office, whether they be people, you know, everybody's to blame here. And it doesn't just go for the New York City area, but it goes for the tri-state inclusive of all itself. Hit the like button. I appreciate you. Thank you. Real talk, mental health. Mental health is bad right now. That is true. Okay, let's get this one out of here. Talking about some ashy lips. Yeah, you definitely ain't the person to be here. Thank you for the compliment on my hat. I appreciate it. Everybody gave me a compliment on my hat. I appreciate it. I always wear hats like this. Watch it from Africa, Uganda. Shout out to Uganda. Thank you for addressing the homeless vets. I am a female vet, and it's sad to see it. Salute to you. Thank you for your service. It's kind of messed up. You go out there and you fight for your country and come back homeless. Yeah, it is. It's really, like, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. It's really fucked up. What did you say? A cholesterol is rising. All class trades will face. Okay, you're talking about some weirdo shit. Not true. I don't know what you're talking about. Not true. Houston, to your city, love, bro. What's going on, Houston? What's going on, Texas? God damn it. What's going on, Texas? Obama, Timo Obama. Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Lots of homeless here in LA. Y'all New York subways are the worst than the ones in Atlanta. I think they're like you know, I got on the subway tonight, and there was at least, I was coming from Brooklyn, and there was at least on one cart that I was on, there was at least about 15 homeless people on there. At least 15. There's a lot of homeless vets, which is sad. No vet should be homeless. No vet should be homeless. You're exactly right. It's not good to those greedy motherfuckers. Yeah, you're right about that. Damn, OG, stop this. Okay, let's get you out of here. No, that was actually in Chicago. This is Trump Tower in New York City, where that Cybertruck thing went off, and that weirdo that was out there, I believe, in Chicago. So, no, actually Vegas. It was Vegas, Trump Tower, Vegas. So I'm in New York City. Is that where? No, this ain't where that went off at. Thank you for your opinion. No problem. Pharrell. Opinion on French fries. I like carb cut French fries, lightly battered and deep fried quickly. I like Joe Rogan, not Joe Biden. But we can't forget poor Joe, erotic free Joe. What are your thoughts on the Israel? I think I covered that one. Trump and Diddy are definitely friends, but that's too much for Trump right now. You know, Trump was the one that put out Kodak Black. He was the one that freed up Lil Wayne as well. So, you know, we have to see. We have to see. Shout out to Queens, though. That's what I'm going to say. You know, he's a New York tri-state boy. He's from Queens. Shout out to Jamaica Estates. And I feel comfortable coming up here, you know, saying what I got to say or whatever, because, you know, I said Trump was going to win. I told y'all that. I was up here election day right across the street here, and I told you that day how joyous I was to see what would come out of it. And now that we're here, I want to see what concludes off of it, what happens or whatever. And I think that the country is maybe getting back to national pride. We definitely need to get back to that. I don't care what nobody says. You know, the three top populations here in America right now are Black Americans, white Americans, and Latin Americans. And we need to put that emphasis. And when I say Latin Americans, I'm talking about Latin Americans that have been here for 40, 50 years. You know, the Jones Act, which is a Maritime Act, was signed in the 1920s, and then it got amended to the Jones-Stafford Act, which was co-signed by a senator that I believe was from Maine or Vermont, one of the two. I think he was from Maine. And so it was a Maritime Act that was put on the country of Puerto Rico, which made them literally what you now call today legal citizens. They're only citizens in the Caribbean that could come to America outside. I believe it's one of the islands. I forgot what it is. American Emirates it might be, but they're only two that can come to America without a visa, and that's a big deal. So in conclusion of this live, real quick, because I'm going to get on, guys, but in conclusion of this live, Trump, I know you about to come in here and hand it to them like they supposed to be handed to them. You know what I'm saying? And put this thing back in perspective. I would just say to you, make sure you take key of some of these things. Make sure you pay attention to the hate mongers that are online. A lot of these people that are part of these separatist groups, these white supremacist groups, are mass white shooters, mass male white shooters. As we've seen, we had 484 incidents this year, which inclusive of 3 to 4 people at the very least getting harmed or met their demise. We need to take that in consideration because a lot of these people are crazy. I want to tell Trump also, like I told him before, and I'll say it again, make sure that you pay attention to these wackos that are out here, because there was another attempt of Trump's life not too long ago, maybe a week and a half ago, that the news didn't even report, you know? So I want to make sure that, make sure when you're talking to these folks, Trump, that you understand that some of these are wackos, some of these are weirdos, some of these people are extreme leftists that you have come in contact with, including when they barely miss you and hit you in your ear. You understand? What y'all talking about here? Y'all done write a lot of comments. You trying for a cat? I don't know what that means. Yeah, we don't do racist shit up in here. Like if you're doing racist stuff, that's why you got nah, we don't do racist stuff up in here. Yeah, let's get you up out of here. Yeah, we don't do racism up in here. Not on my joint. You a comic. No, I'm not a comic. Let's get him out of here. Now I haven't had my coffee yet, Gillian. I'm about to find somewhere to get somewhere. I did this for you guys, like Gillian and what's my brother's name? I forgot what my brother's name is, but I did this for y'all because y'all deserve stuff like that. Y'all support me. Y'all hit the Cash App and y'all let people know or whatever. And I want to give this innovation to everybody else. I watched y'all raise money for a woman that lives in Canada the other day. And shout out to Canada and everything like that. I hope Trump do get a hold of that motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you. I found out how much money we spend on Canada a year. It will blow your mind. It will blow your mind, specifically in the avenue of military defense. We spend a lot of money on Canada. A lot of money. A lot of money. No, I'm not a veteran myself. I just come from a military background family. My family was in multiple branches of the military. I had one aunt that lived in Italy for quite a amount of years. She spoke Italian. I had another aunt that lived in France for a number of years, and she spoke French. They brought back hutches and things like that, whatever they had ascertained in Europe. So I'm a big proponent. I'm a big pusher all the time and every time for the military and people that come back from the military, multiple branches. But myself, no, I'm not a veteran, to answer your question. What'd you say here? You're a real one, making awareness to the facts. I appreciate you, Antoine. Appreciate you. Dude that's been, oh my God, wow. You always got these guys. This guy, he came on here and he said all kinds of stuff. Don't pay no attention to him. I'm sorry your guys had to read that stuff. Every now and then we get people in here that just say crazy stuff, so you just got to deal with it. Definitely. All right, guys, I'm going to get up off of here, whatever it's late night or whatever, live from Trump Tower, whatever the case may be, not live from the bedroom. I owe this to Gillian Fate and a whole bunch of other people that support me or whatever, and I hope that you guys will hit up the Cash App. Make sure y'all double tap the screen, hit the like button, and make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. $STRINGERBELL80. Once again, we're up here live and direct at Trump Tower. Trump, I know you're going to hold it down. I ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But we had to do it for the New York City area. And like I said, please believe it's real out here right now. You understand? I do believe that Trump is definitely going to take the office and he's going to do the right thing here, whatever the case may be. And we'll have to sit and see. I want you guys to make sure y'all see this or whatever. We out here in the elements. You know? All right, guys. I'm out of here. I'm going to try to get me some coffee in me. And I'm going to be out of here. I'll stay with you guys for a few more minutes or whatever. Y'all want to see the real Gucci store? Hold on. Where the money reside, where the money reside. Where the money reside, where the money reside. Prada store right across the street. I lived up here for a very long time. As many of y'all know, I used to do lives up here, my original cast and everybody that was my supporters or whatever the case may be. I'll let you guys see all the stuff up here. See the real New York City. I told y'all, like, when y'all put in for me and y'all mess with me, I'm gonna mess with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't like they don't mess with me, but everything is, like I said, you can't just come up here. You can't just come up here, Dad. You can't just come up here, bro. I'll let you know in a minute. Alright, enough time, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that problem. This is Dolce & Gabbana right here. Where the money reside, where the money reside. Yeah, it is. Where the money reside, where the money reside. You heard? Where the money reside, where the money reside. All the Ferraris, all that shit up here, man. I hang where the money at. You dig? For real. No, he cannot stop Senator President pardon. Gillian, Biden pardoned someone, and I'm wondering if Trump could stop the pardon. He could. Yeah, we don't talk to dudes like you. What do you do for a living? Where do you work? Where do you live? I don't fuck with nobody like that. Thank you very much, Jalen. I appreciate it. Yeah, they don't want that real material. They be wanting that fake material. Niggas sitting in the bedroom. I do. This is what I do. I be out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take out a Trump town and say that shit or whatever. I hope I just did my full placement for the people. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Please forgive me. But I try to do my part. Y'all notice I ain't no problems over there, right? I keep trying to tell you, you gotta be plugged certain times. You know what I mean? What up? Woo! I appreciate you, Detroit. Listen, let me tell y'all something. My little homie, I ain't talked to this motherfucker about 3-4 years, but shout out to Roland. You know what I'm saying? My little homie right there. I love you, boy. I know we ended off on a bad note, but I love you, little nigga. Him and his brother, that's my little man's right there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to them. Shout out to the Heartbeat, Hartford, Connecticut. You dig? I won't say peace to them niggas, you know what I mean? Y'all know who y'all know them, y'all don't know them, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I know them. You feel me? That's all that matter. They gotta understand our vibe. The vibes over here is different. You understand what I'm saying? That whole outfit right there probably costs about like $4,000. For real. Let y'all see the rest of New York. That's some watches right there. That's a watch company right there. You heard me? Right there, you get right. Y'all make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, $ STRINGERBELL80. $STRINGERBELLA0. You'll find it right under the name Javon, pinned in the comments right there. Javon, I appreciate you every time. I really do. Let these niggas see the city. You heard? Let them see the city. It's different as fuck out this bitch. I'm out here right now because it's going to be raining tomorrow. Alright, so this is perfect. I want to show y'all one of my favorite churches or whatever. And I also want to let y'all know something else. I didn't take y'all by, but I'm going to take y'all by next time. I got to go like 3 more blocks over from here. And that's Epstein's house. Yeah, that's Epstein's house. Epstein's house is literally, hold on one second. Epstein's house is literally 2 blocks away from here. So y'all know Epstein or whatever. His house is literally 2 blocks away from here. And I wanted y'all to see the architecture on this. I'll go over there next time because like they be having weird shit going on over there. Like the FBI be over there, everything. I don't like going over there like that. For real. Like ever since he got convicted, it be banned dumb people over there. If you live in New York, you know what I'm talking about. If you live in New York, you know what I'm talking about. That shit bugged out over there, son. So Epstein's house is actually about 2 blocks over from here, right here, where y'all see right there. So see where that block is right there? You go over 2 blocks over from there. That's Epstein's house. Real talk, I ain't lying to you. I ain't lying to you. I ain't lying to you. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this right here. We're gonna get off this block. We're gonna get off this block. For real. Let me turn this around for a minute. We good, my guy. Yo, shout out to Detroit, though. For real. Yo, love to Gillian, definitely. No, he cannot stop a sitting president pardon. No, you can't stop a sitting president pardon. I'll give you a proof of that. Biden actually pardoned his son, Hunter. So, yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah. Y'all see what I mean though now? Y'all getting what I'm saying now? I be actually at these spots. What's this shit right here? Oh, this ain't, oh, all right. I be like really being at these spots. And niggas sitting in their bedrooms getting more flow than me. That should be crazy, right? I keep trying to tell you, I have no problem with Trump Tower, son. I never have. You will, but I don't. And y'all saw, that's why I flipped the camera while I was like, nah, nigga, this shit is real. It's like 6 cops out here, nigga. It's like 6 cop cars, a van, some more shit out here. Y'all think I'm out here just freestyling this shit? Nah, nigga, this cop. It was, listen, there was NSA on me. There was guns on me, all that shit. Since the time I was sitting there blogging, I don't even know that. I do that for y'all. They don't even appreciate it. That's the crazy shit about it. But it's all good though, man. We're gonna keep doing this blogging thing. Appreciate all y'all on YouTube tuning in with me. And luckily, I'm able to make a dime off this. Because it definitely ain't for the people donating. That's for damn sure. You know, if I wasn't monetized, I don't know what the fuck would be going on. I gotta be honest with you. But for the guys that do donate or whatever, I appreciate y'all. I would think that most of y'all want to see me off on a good year. And be like, yo, you know what? Blah, 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 blah. But trust me, it's going to be that one person that drop in a G, 2 Gs, 3 Gs. I'm talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wait for, because it happens, trust me. So for all y'all, for preemptively, if you ever do that, trust me, you're going to start off a whole year. And we right now in January, you're going to start off a whole year good. So for all you ballers out there, all you niggas out there that's been in the music industry, currently in the music industry, and you dropping all $300, $400 in a strip club, support your boy. Because we do real things over here. I go Scoop the Power. Fuck, I'm sitting in my bedroom talking about it, and I can go right there, Trump Tower, tell them niggas how I feel. And people lost that spirit, son. That's crazy to me. That shit crazy. Anyway, listen, guys, I'm out of here. I'm about to head back home to CT. I'm gonna give you some coffee, something like that. If y'all want to give me some coffee, something, make sure y'all hit the Cash App. Would you say I did enjoy this? That's how I found you. You go out. Thank you very much, man. I'm gonna keep on doing that, whatever, as long as motherfuckers. But I said, Gilly and you and a couple other people, y'all just support me, and I appreciate the old gal. But I got like 10 fucking supporters financially out of 23,000 people. That's some major hate right there. You know, I can't understand that, but I want to give y'all another example because they're just like, yo, got the Trump Tower. Yes, the fuck I do. The fuck you mean? I don't know. Anyway, shout out to Trump. Shout out to Baron Trump. All that, whatever. Niggas know I'll be up there, so it's nothing. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App. I'll be live with y'all tomorrow, but I want to give y'all what I promised y'all. I told y'all I'll do live. Nah, we ain't freeing Luigi, nigga. Suck a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, real quick before I get off here, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something, because I'm right here, right? I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm going to give y'all extra bonus, all right? Stay with me. Stay with me. Don't log off. I'm going to give y'all extra bonus. So that Luigi nigga, right? If any of y'all remember, I came up here and I covered the story the day it happened. Major media was up here, and it all happened from this hotel right here. Hold on. It all happened from right here at the Hilton Hotel. You understand? Now I'm gonna give y'all some exclusive shit real quick, because I don't usually do this, but it is what it is. So Luigi Miaggio, whatever his name is, did the shooting right here at the Hilton, right? Now I'm gonna walk y'all over here. Y'all walk with me. Y'all stay with me. Y'all stay with me. Y'all stay with me. Now, I'm gonna show y'all exactly what happened. I'm gonna give y'all another one, because I already did this, but I'm gonna give y'all another one. All right? So, the whole situation y'all saw with Luigi happened right here. This is actually where he did the shooting, right? So, I'm gonna walk y'all down here, and if any of y'all know, if y'all were on my live that day, y'all saw it for yourself, right? So, yep, right here. Well, y'all see Luigi come in and shoot this gentleman. It actually happened right here. So this little custable that you see right here, it happened right here. Now the shooter himself, Luigi, came from across the street right here. This is what y'all see in the video the video footage. He came from across the street right here. See what I'm talking about? He came from across the street right here. Same setup, and it's ironic because it's a suburban right here. He came behind him, and as he's walking, and what you see is Luigi collapse right here where you see this bar at. And that's where they got that bar here to this day. All right? So Luigi shot the gentleman right here, popped him right here. This is where it happened at. You understand what I'm saying? See, them other niggas, they be sitting in their bedroom and all that shit. Guess what? Guess fuck what? You ain't here. It's happening in New York. You understand? Right here. This is where all this happened at right here. Yeah. That's what I said. They don't appreciate me. I be trying to tell them, like, I live here. You understand what I'm saying? This is my home. And right here, dude, Luigi, came from across the street. You see right here where this Suburban is. He came across right here, and then he shot son that was part of the United Health or whatever. And that's where he collapsed. And to this day, they still got this gated off. But this is where the man collapsed at, right here. And Luigi killed him, right here. Now, where he was trying to make it to was this door right here. because this door enters in to the Hilton. Now I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. I'm gonna give y'all a little extra, all right? I'm gonna give y'all a little extra. But right here, y'all see, this is the Hilton. You dig? This is where it went down at. Y'all get a live perspective of it. You understand? Now I'm gonna show y'all something else. Now, in the news, they talk about, let me turn this around for a second. In the news, they talk about, hey, he went to go to Starbucks to get coffee. I'm gonna actually show y'all that. The niggas say, yo, you ain't worth no donation, son. I'm better than all these niggas. Fuck what y'all talking about. I'm better than all these niggas. Word mother. I'm gonna take y'all over here for a minute. Let me show you guys something. So as you see, this is very short of a distance. And I'm gonna show you how short of a distance it is. The hotel's right there. This is where Luigi committed the murder, right? Now, check this out. Now, in the story that they have on the news, they tell you that he stopped at a Starbucks to get a water, right? That actual Starbucks is right here. See right here? This is where that Starbucks is. So I want you to see the trajectory within the distance. There's the Starbucks. Hold on, I'm gonna zoom in on that. Hold on one sec, guys. Ah, shit. Hold on one sec, guys. My hands are cold as hell. So that's the Starbucks right there, as you can see, right? And here is the actual hotel where they did the shooting. All right, this is Luigi. Now, I'm gonna walk closer to this or whatever. See, that nigga from Britain, he ain't gonna have this shit right here. Y'all over there giving that nigga money. He's wildin'. Y'all over there giving that nigga from Britain and niggas from New Zealand. Them niggas can't move like me, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? It's America holding it down, baby. You understand? So listen. So Luigi, they went to this Starbucks right here. You understand? I'm gonna show you guys the clear difference and how close it is and why this is so eerie. Now, the Starbucks itself, well, Luigi Mangione, whatever his name is, he was right here. And this is the Starbucks. Now, this is the actual Starbucks. He came up here, he got a water, and when he got his water, he walked over here. Now, I'm gonna show you how close this is. This is actually the Starbucks. All right, the one you guys see on the news and all that or whatever. This is the Starbucks coffee that he came to. Now, the Hilton, where he actually did the shooting, I just gave you guys a what's the name, is right there. You see how close that is? It's right there. It's literally right there. So like I said, the Starbucks is right here. This is where Luigi actually bought that water and all that or whatever. All right? If you go into the news, they're going to show you the same thing. You know what I mean? You understand me? People in there right now. Who want to donate to the joint? Y'all donate to the joint. I go up in there right now. Huh? FBA all day. Y'all niggas ain't doing shit. Some nigga named Typeface talking about FBA all day. We checking hairlines. Y'all bitch ass niggas ain't doing shit, nigga. Listen, until you out there in Altadena and Pasadena, and y'all check in with me and say, yo, FBA all day. We out here in Altadena and Pasadena helping out niggas. Niggas, you just symbolic. Get your bitch ass the fuck up off all my motherfucking shit. Old hoe ass nigga. Wanna come up here and symbolic shit. Definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna get up off of here then. I'm gonna get off of here. Niggas ain't fucking with. I was gonna actually go in there and ask them some questions and shit. But like I said, niggas gonna be on my wave. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Listen, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna be with y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna fuck with y'all. You know what I mean? But right now, I'm about to go home. I'm tired as hell, son. I'm hungry and everything else. And ain't nobody even donate for me to get a sandwich. Ain't that crazy? What you got in here? Thank you very much, Gillian. Gillian was the only one that donated to me once again. Ain't that crazy? I gotta say this. That's crazy to me that other niggas don't want to donate to me, and I'm taking y'all literally to the spots that these niggas is sitting online gossiping about. I just took you to the spot where this Luigi ass nigga did what he did for a third time. If you was here doing my live, I just took y'all to Trump Tower. And y'all donating to niggas that live in Britain, niggas that live in Canada or whatever, because they talk nicely to you. That shit is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? That shit is beyond crazy to me, son. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know it come down to racism and sexism. It's all good. Let y'all see this real quick. It's all good. Thank you, Gilliam. I appreciate it. He know I ain't no fake nigga. That's why I came up here specifically for him. I said, yo, let me go over here and do this or whatever. They still gonna hate it, my nigga. They still gonna hate it. You know what I'm saying? That's how deep the hate go with these motherfucking vloggers. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I don't be worried too much about nothing. You know what I mean? For real, for real. They closed anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to McDonald's. Damn. I done bought niggas. I took niggas on a double wide. Do y'all realize what y'all just witnessed? I just took you to where the Luigi Mangione did his shooting and fucking he got arrested and where he bought the coffee before him. And y'all, that ain't good enough for niggas. I took niggas to Trump Tower when I spoke up. I'm trying to tell you all this shit is fucking related to gender, son. That shit really make me mad. I'm like, damn, I can't even earn mine if I'm on foot or nothing. Niggas in my chat room talking, get a job. This is my fucking job. This is my job. I just heard a motherfucker tonight say, yo, listen, for all the TikTok people that are in danger of losing their job, evidently only that applies if you're a white male. Y'all niggas don't even have better material than me. And y'all getting paid? That shit is confusing to me. That ain't confusing to y'all? Definitely. Thank you, Gillian. Good night, Jalen. Thank you very much. Shout out to the Lions. It might be my little knucklehead, my other little knucklehead brother Roland right there. He said I gotta go to the Lions some more. Roland, you better not be creeping up in this motherfucker not saying nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna cut you out, little nigga. Shout out to Detroit, man. Niggas don't even be knowing. They be talking all this shit. I be like, yo, I got a homie from Detroit. Him and his brother and his moms. These are my people. It's like, what the fuck is niggas talking about? Definitely. All right, y'all. I'm going to hop up off of here. I'm about to give me some coffee, a sandwich, and I'm out. I'm getting on the train. I will be with y'all tomorrow. I'm going to go home and go to sleep or whatever. Thank all y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoy. We was up at Trump Tower. I gave y'all ran through back about what happened and where it happened with Luigi Migion or whatever his name is. And people can't even respect that. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna show y'all one other place too. Like we used to frequent or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Last time I was up in here was right before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? This is a fact. The Warden right here. If you come to New York City, stay right here. Stay right here. Trust me when I tell you, stay right here. If you come to New York, stay right here. You know what I'm saying? Stay right here. Stay right here. Shout out to my homegirl, Deanna. You know what I'm saying? When she came to New York to visit me, you know what I'm saying? She stayed right there, and I was right up in the wing with her. So shout out to Deanna. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my girl, Gina. You know what I'm saying? From England, when she came here to visit me. For real. It should be crazy. What y'all into? Some nigga said fight a stranger already. The war gets for yo, nah, we don't move on that tempo, son. I don't know. A lot of people be in here thinking that I move on the tempo or the same tempo they move on. Like, listen, let me just say this real quick, right? I'm in this to make money, just like everybody else. The only difference between me and them other people that's in it to make money is I don't tell lies and shit like that to make money. I just get on here and I do from the cuff. I took y'all niggas to Trump Tower. Ain't none of them niggas is gossiping to you or talking to you, taking you to Trump Tower. I took you to where this Legion or whatever his name is or whatever, did the murder, the shooting, everything, give y'all a step-by-step playback of it. And later on tomorrow, y'all will allow a nigga from England to hop online and be like, never mind what he say. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about what we read in an article. I'm like, yo, listen, I ain't even trying to fuck with black people like that, but I'm just saying, how dumb you gotta be to fall for that? How dumb you gotta be to fall for that? Y'all don't even know why I'm down here in New York right now. I'm down here because we was saying some real bullshit, you know what I'm saying? We got all kinds of shit. Yeah, anyway. Bad boy. A lot of people mad at me. Because for some reason or another, they think I'm just supposed to like fold. I'm not doing that, dog. Can't do that. For me to do that, what up, man? For me to do that, it be like weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, say you was rocking with a nigga for 17 years, right? And for me, that's what that bad boy shit. And a nigga get put up on some charges or whatever. And I'm like, yo, I'm supposed to believe that because that's the way y'all niggas feel. I ain't me. And I'm glad Beanie Siegel did the same thing with Jay-Z. Shout out to real niggas out here. Nigga, I need to see a conviction or something. Because we done been through this. We done been through trials with niggas. This is my second trial with Puff. Second trial. We was there in person when he was there the first time with the Sean shit. So I've been through this before. And it hurts my heart to see a lot of niggas that were superstars, claim themselves to be real niggas and all that shit. Y'all niggas don't even show up at the arraignment, son. You know what I mean? And y'all know what I'm trying to do. Y'all won't even drop 2-3 G's in my shit and be like, all right, son, we see what you doing. That's some sucker shit. So I'm running it back with a lot of niggas. I'm like, yo, a lot of these niggas are superstars. They fake as fuck. They fake as fuck. A lot of these niggas that I looked up to when I was coming up through the music industry, y'all fake as fuck, son. And that's what the general crowd got a problem with. They confuse y'all fake ass niggas with the niggas that were real. And I don't like that. You think I'm joking? All them motherfuckers Puff had around when he was out here in the streets or whatever. Have y'all not noticed that not name one of these motherfuckers will say anything? Not name one of these motherfuckers will say, and y'all right. Y'all right. I'm even asking the question, where niggas at? Niggas ain't showing up at court dates, no nothing. I don't know, man. Shit seems kind of fishy to me, bro. I don't know about y'all. Shit seems kind of suspect to me. So I need niggas to be having, like, if next court date's coming, I need niggas to be there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I need some of y'all niggas to make some statements like that, because you know they're going to bring your name up, right? That's why I've been bringing a couple of y'all name up, and I've been talking in good light. Niggas don't even want to send me $1,000 for that. Nah, nigga, you gotta build on your. If I gotta build on my own, fuck y'all niggas. Like I ain't even gonna hold niggas, cause I'm the only motherfucker on here, except for 3 other people. Shout out to Depp, a couple other people that come through my podcast, and y'all don't even know who the fuck be. I be having superstars up in this motherfucker. Y'all niggas be up in here talking all kinds of crazy shit. I be like, yeah, nigga, a nigga that's really on top 40 right now is in my chat. You know what I'm saying? And he's seeing everything you say. He's seeing every way you move, including that anti-LaVey Atwood nigga, Huggy. Same thing with you. You already know that, though. And so my problem is, I'm just like, yo, these niggas over here donating to niggas in England and Canada and New Zealand. taking care of their newborn babies and shit. Their babies ain't part of the culture. I'm confused, dog. What the fuck's going on? You know? Is what it is. I got niggas coming in my chat room talk about, yo, you talk about, yo, I don't know that nigga. Come on. Yo, let me put this point, blank, and period. Son, I don't know you. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know you. I don't want to know you. None of my people know you. I've asked people about you. They don't recollect about you. That's the end of the subject, done. I don't want to know you. So quit trying to synonymous my name to legitimate yourself or whatever. The shit can be different, my nigga. Like, honestly and truthfully, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit you talking about. Don't come in my motherfucking chat room talking about, yo, you did this. Like a nigga came in my chat room talking about, like, fronting for this nigga. I'm like, yo, are you serious, son? I ain't never talked about this thing a day in my life. Up in NBC, you heard? I'm walking to your mother's house. Can you even read? Oh, wow, that's deep. Nah, man. Nobody African American can read, dog. Only white people can read. You ain't know? Hold on, I'm checking out these weirdos. Who ain't allowed a 97%? He ain't allowed sleeping in the bathroom. What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? You sound like a bitch ass nigga. You talking about everybody getting ready for work. He walking to the nearest bathroom. Some other nigga wrote, I'm going to rob the nearest KFC. Y'all let niggas in here talk to me like that. I'm trying to tell you, all these niggas be for Anton LaVey Atwood's page, son. I ain't never had no racist niggas. I ain't never had no racist niggas in my chat room. Until I said something about that nigga. Also, I got racist niggas in my chat room. Shit crazy. Anyway, so I'm about to get up out of here. About to get to the crib. You know what I mean? Y'all know what it is. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for everybody supporting me, rocking with your boy, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.